going on, everybody, and welcome back to Figure Bros. My name is Philip. I am one half of Figure Bros. Joining me is the other half of Figure Bros, Jared. My man, how you doing today, brother?
Doing good as always, Phil. How are you, man?
I'm doing excellent. Now, today's discussion, Jared, we were talking on the phone. We was like, hey, man, we got to talk a little bit about Marvel Legends again because Marvel Legends is on a hot streak right now. But today's video, we're going to be talking about the rise, the fall, and then the rise again of Marvel Legends because it wasn't always picture perfect. There was a little
No,
bit of a lull period you and I were talking about there
there
where it
definitely
was like
was.
4 or 5 years of just Marvel Legends absolutely sucking. I mean, it wasn't that long ago last year we were talking about how much they were sucking ass, basically. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, it seems like this year, man, a switch went right off in their head, and they've been releasing absolute bangers lately. It's been a lot of fun collecting Marvel Legends again. The hype is around. You can feel the energy surrounding Hasbro and Marvel Legends. We came off the heels of San Diego Comic-Con. There were good stuff there again. I think of the Kong, Night of the Sentinels, the 2-pack arcade version that we saw, which sold, by the way, which sold out immediately and is
Oh
already
yeah,
going on the
instantly.
aftermarket.
They
So
had some good exclusives too, which
yes. So we're definitely going to be talking about, again, the rise, the fall, and then the rise again. And then at the end of the video, we're going to talk a little bit more about the future, where is this all going to head to, what we would like to see, little stuff like that. But hey, guys, right now, while we have your attention, you guys do us a really big favor right now. Hit that like button. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget, also hit that notification bell so you guys never miss when Jared or I drop a video. Share it, do all that stuff, and please comment down below. Agree, disagree with anything that we have to say. Is it fun, again, question of the day real quick to you guys watching. Is it fun again to start collecting Marvel Legends? Because, I mean, I think resoundingly the answer to that is yes, but what do you guys
oh yeah.
think? Comment down below. So, Jared, I'm going to go ahead and kick this off, and I'm going to throw it to you first. Let's go ahead and talk about the first rise of Marvel Legends. Where did that first encapsulated with Marvel Legends? You go ahead and kick us off.
So my brief history with Marvel Legends. I got into Marvel Legends in 2014. My first figure was the Anti-Venom figure from the Hobgoblin wave, I believe. That feels like forever ago now.
Jeez.
And it was really kind of a good time to get into Marvel Legends for me because that was kind of when they started to really build up. I believe that was when they had only a few years after they had taken over the license from Toy Biz, and they really started to put some effort, some oomph into it. Because so what we're using today to kind of catalog the Marvel Legends wave, we're using legendsverse,
Yes.
which is a really cool app that we're going to have to do a separate video on.
We'll definitely do a separate video, and also, too, if you guys want to know what we're getting our information, where we're kind of looking at all the catalogs of Marvel Legends, there'll be a link down below to legendsverse directly. Jared and I highly recommend you guys going to check it out. Make a free account. It's the easiest way to catalog all your Marvel Legends collection, and actually also too to see where the value is, where figures have rised and fallen and stuff like that. And you get a full catalog. It's very easy to navigate and use. I mean, like a full catalog, I mean going all the way back from like the very beginning of Marvel Legends, from like 2008,
Yes.
9, 10, 11, 12. Like it's a full catalog. It's right there, easy for you guys to use. So that's definitely when you hear us referencing these things, that's what we're getting a lot of our information. So go ahead, Jared, continue talking about the original rise of Marvel Legends.
Legendsverse has been awesome for helping me keep track of these things and for helping me catalog some stuff for this video. So, around there's a brief period in 2009 where we don't see any Legends until 2012, and I believe that's when Hasbro actually took it over from Toy Biz.
You are
correct. I would say the beginning of Marvel Legends' real rise was probably 2015. 2015 was a very hot time for Marvel with the MCU just coming out, and people were really hyped. They're really excited. You had Age of Ultron coming off hot off the heels of the Avengers. I mean, I again, as someone who lived through this time, I remember very clearly that Marvel was like the next hot thing.
Yes.
It was it. Like, this was the cool thing now. You weren't a nerd anymore if you liked Marvel. You were cool. You were in, right? And the figures were in too. We started to see some MCU bleed in with these figures, like you had like the Captain America from the movies.
Right.
And then now you were starting to see some BAFs, like the Age of Ultron BAF and the Hulkbuster BAF. And I remember being pretty excited for those.
Now,
and then
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you want to, because we're talking about Legendsverse, you're talking about the ride. Go ahead and tell the audience what is you cataloged your entire collection, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the value on your collection?
It's just shy of about 5K.
Thank
Nothing
you. So,
terrible.
because I know there'll be some people like, oh, well, he got in back then, like he's, I mean, you guys can see right behind Jared in his background right there. Those are all his Marvel Legends hanging right back there. So I mean, like, when he says like I've been collecting for this long, he ain't joking. I'm a little bit newer to the game. I started collecting right around 2019, 2020, somewhere around that neighborhood. So I'm a little bit newer. You are definitely not. Have been invested. You are into it. So
Yes,
so to
I'm
see
a
the rise, yes, a seasoned
seasoned
pro.
Marvel Legends fanboy.
Yes, you're a
You know,
seasoned pro for sure. You're definitely a veteran.
but
And
you guys know me. I'm eager to call them out where they can
right,
show improvement, and I'm eager to give them praise where they do well.
yes, and that's I mean, we pretty much do that with a lot of companies, man. Like we try to be as fair and objective as possible. Like I'm a fanboy of Mezco, but when Mezco makes a crap figure, I just come out and just say it like this one sucked. But
Yes,
and
for
Hasbro was
sure.
eating a lot of like crap sandwiches for the last couple of years. Let's go ahead. So that was we talked now about the initial rise of Marvel Legends and how that even came to be, right? Like you had good toys. They started, they took it from Toy Biz. Then all of a sudden, we had like the MCU movies were really good. They were really like popping off. They were, those were the summertime blockbusters. You'd get your friends and
Yes,
families. You'd go
yes,
see
they
those
were.
movies. They were making awesome figures from said movies, right? Like so Marvel Legends and toy collecting, it was like you said too, it was fun to be a nerd. It wasn't like this weird, you don't have to be a closeted nerd anymore. You can come out and be open and be all about, like your nerd fanboy, like Venoms and stuff like that. It was fun to do that. So
Yes,
then so that was a fun period, right? That was the initial rise. But then all of a sudden, about almost 4 or 5
yeah,
years, we had a little bit of a fall. Now, what was that fall? Well, Marvel
right.
Legends, the movies, they were kind of suffering. They weren't doing as good, and they were making some horrible waves. Jared, talk to us about that.
So I think there's a few things to talk about here for
Hmm.
their fall. First of all, I know people will probably say like, "Oh, well, Marvel Legends has always been bad. Hasbro's always been bad." Listen,
No.
there is a very distinct time
Hmm.
post-COVID, I would say, when the
Yes.
company itself was suffering.
Hmm.
And this isn't, it's not just to say Marvel Legends is making the company go suffer and have all these layoffs and everything.
Right.
No,
No.
obviously not. We don't believe that. A company can still make good products and be successful with having some stinkers of figures. And I can say a line can still be good with them having, a couple of really not great figures thrown in.
Yes.
So I would say around 2021 was when Hasbro's Marvel Legends, they just went downhill
Yes.
like hard. They hit a plateau and they fell off. And there's a number of reasons. The first one was the MCU.
Yes.
They hedged a lot of bets on the MCU. And around this time was like superhero fatigue starting to set in.
Yeah. After
We
Endgame,
had,
it kind of just plateaued.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Endgame wrapped up. People lost some interest.
Hmm.
Most strings, most loose ends were tied up.
Right.
And that's what people wanted. So they're like, all right, well, I'm not really invested in this anymore.
Yep.
I don't really want to watch these Disney Plus shows. And in 2021, we not only had the Captain America Disney Plus wave come out, we had the glorious Eternals wave come out,
Hmm.
which I still see every now and then.
Yeah. Where do you see it though? Where? On
Well, it's
clearance shelves.
mostly ollies,
Yes. Or
mostly
ollies.
ollies.
Yes. Exactly.
Definitely on clearance, and definitely like on a dusty peg behind new legends at like Target or Walmart,
Uh.
just hidden away. And not that there weren't some good waves in what did I say, 2021?
Yeah.
Like we had at the beginning of 2021, there was the Zenmu wave with all the villains, which was pretty cool. You had like a new Doctor Doom, a new Baron Zemu, a
Yep.
new Red Skull, and that was
Yep.
cool. But you also had the Disney Plus Captain America wave, the Disney Plus Watcher wave, the just some weird
There was just some
choices.
weird waves too. Like I remember the Wakanda wave. That wave always hit clearance shelves. Like
Yeah,
you,
so
you
we saw
mentioned the
that
Eternals
wave.
one. That one's just
We
god
would see the
awful.
Wakanda wave in. Oh, I'm looking right now. Well, we saw the Wakanda wave in 2022
Yep.
with the Wakanda Forever wave, the Atuma Build-A-Figure.
And
Oh, I
this
still
this
see that
period
wave on
stretched from, like you said,
clearance.
from 2021 all the way up until about 2023, and almost most recently till early 2024. Really, like
I
we
would
had.
say we started to see a glimmer of hope at the end of 2022. We started to see some things like, if you remember, there was that like the very classic Spider-Man
Mhm.
figures that came out, like the black and red suit or the 2-pack with him and Mary Jane,
Yep. A
and you
couple of the
started to
cart
see a
the cart
little
the retro
little
waves, the card back retro waves.
yes, the
Those were
cardback retro
also.
waves
Yep.
carried them during this
It
time
it
period,
did.
in my opinion.
Now.
In my opinion, there's so many, like the Iron Man retro, or
Mhm.
there was that Ghost Rider, the Spider-Man retro collection.
Yep.
I mean, oh, and then all the X-Men 90s animated
Yes.
figures in the VHS
Yep.
boxes and the X-Men retro. There was 4 retro collections in 2022,
A lot of
and
retro
that's
waves.
I really believe that's the only thing that carried 2022. It was just those.
Yep. And like I said, so that was the fall, and that was a stretch of almost 2-3 years. Like I said, most recently people were calling them out. They gave away the box, the windows, right? The window packaging.
Right.
They did all that straight up like paper, plastic X, the renewable. It was
Hmm.
awful then. Then you had the price increase. There were layoffs. Like the overall branding of Hasbro Marvel Legends really took a hit. Then all of a sudden we were saying like, man, if they don't get their bleep together this year, like, I don't know
Hmm.
what the future is going to look like. And then all of a sudden, like we say, a switch went right off. Then we see now, once again, like the phoenix rising out of the ashes, bro. We've seen this tremendous rise again from Marvel Legends. And it's so much fun. There's a reason why, too, guys. Like, they were getting a lot of crap, right? Because Marvel Legends is your easiest go to for any collector to get the most bang for their buck for $20, $25 a figure. You get pretty good figures, good articulation. So to see them like really suffer in that like almost like 3 year window, it was like for toy collectors and for fans, they were like, man, I love this lineup, but I need something better here. To see them rise again, and this all started with a couple of waves. It also starts because of what? The movies are getting better. We had obviously
Yep.
Deadpool and Wolverine most recently, but before that too, Disney Plus with their animated X-Men series, which was an absolute banger of a series, which then produced really, really good figures. So Jared kind of talked to us about like where the rise again kick us off and where is that basically going to lead us towards the end of this year. Also talking about San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, we're getting better movies now, it seems like, too. So like kind of talk to us about that a little bit.
Well, I want to make it really clear, like crystal clear
Mhm.
too, that with the fall of Marvel Legends, these weren't gradual changes. The windowless packaging and the price increase hit in the same year.
Yes.
I remember beginning of 2021, we get a price increase of $2. It goes from 19.99 to 21.99 across the board.
Mhm.
And then just a few months later in the summer, it goes from 22.99 or 21.99 to 24.99.
24, yep.
I
Yep.
mean, that's a 25% price increase
Right.
in 6 months.
Yep.
It was crazy. And that's why a lot of people got out. I mean, I remember when it first happened too with the Bone Breaker wave. That was really when I started to see that new price point hit shelves. And I'm like, man. And then the next wave, windows are gone.
Yep.
And
Just
it
like that.
disappeared. So I want to like emphasize that this was not a gradual problem.
Yeah, it wasn't like six
This
months they did like a little bit of price increase and they never did it again. And then like 6 to 9 months later, then they took away the window packaging to like I guess you can kind of like ease your way into it as a
no, there was
collector.
no easing.
No,
It
it
was
was
just
exactly. It was
straight.
straight up like spread it open and here
No
it comes right
lube,
in there. Yeah, no
no
courtesy fit.
foreplay, nothing. Not even dinner. That you just
Not
bend
even like,
over,
hey, you
let's
look
get
good
this
tonight.
done. No, it was rough.
So
It
that
was rough.
began. So that's like I said. That was also encapsulating that fall. The rise again,
Yes.
though. Like here we are. The most recent
Yeah.
couple of waves, man. Like the Sentinel Spider-Man, the Ghost Rider with this bike, which was absolutely fantastic. Another Hulkbuster. These are all
Hmm.
just really, really like you guys. By the way, you guys can check a lot of these reviews on our channel. You can see like we've been having fun with Marvel Legends again. We're also getting reissues too. Like that's another thing too. People are
Yeah.
forgetting. We're getting a lot of reissues. Figures that were older and more expensive on the aftermarket. Most notably, example of this is the Target exclusive Red Hulk. Right, this was a very expensive figure on the aftermarket. Target's been reissuing them. I don't know if it's still continuing or if they're still going to keep doing it, but to see them like hit shelves again, you're like, oh, damn, okay, give me those. And then, by the way, when those reissues come out too, they're still holding to their old pricing. They didn't like
Yeah,
increase with the
generally.
times today. Generally, yes, generally, yeah.
Generally. I know that they just reissued Professor X. I think he's at that $50 price
Is he at
point
that 50
now.
point? Okay,
But,
still a good
you
figure.
know, it's yeah, it is still a good figure and it's still you get a lot out of it. So, if you want to complain about it, don't
And there was
feel
another
free
figure
to.
most
There's nothing
recently
wrong with
too
that.
from Marvel. Oh, Marvel Legends with the Inhumans, right? Lockjaw and Crystal. That's a good
Yeah.
wave right there. Like they really are starting to. That they found their footing again this year, and they need to
Uh,
really just continue with that. The HasLabs
right.
too, something else we didn't touch on, right? The early HasLabs very successful. The middle part again, that fall period around that 2021, 2023, HasLabs was meh, and then recently HasLabs again, very good. So it seems
I
like Hasbro's really just again found their footing. Marvel Legends is
mhm.
fun to collect again. We're at, like I said, I think we're finally out of that fall period. We are now in that, hey, Marvel Legends is hot to collect again. Start getting yours. That also then leads and begs the question too: where does this go next? Like where do you want to see next out of Marvel Legends?
Well, I just want them to keep doing what they're doing now.
Hmm.
I mean, I strongly believe that the wave that started their new rise
Hmm.
was that X-Men 97 wave that
Yes.
came
Yep.
at the end of 2023.
Those
That was,
carbacks.
oh, they're so good.
They're so
Good
good.
figures.
Dude, and they're also very expensive on the aftermarket too, like Rogue,
Yes.
Cyclops, Wolverine. These were all very expensive. They were going for as high as like $60, $80 a
Right.
piece. That's insane, man.
Right. And now we're up to 11 waves this year.
This year. So that's
Two
pretty
a
good.
couple are not released yet. Of course, we're waiting on the Strange Tales wave
Mhm.
and the new Deadpool Wolverine wave and the new Spider-Verse wave we're still waiting on. But so far, we've gotten pretty good figures. I mean, the
11
85th
waves.
anniversary,
That's almost a wave a month.
yeah.
That's
No,
really good.
I strongly think that like the 85th anniversary wave, that was their
Yes.
comeback.
It really
That was
was.
Hasbro saying, "We hear you.
Mhm.
We haven't been doing the best job, so we're gonna go back in.
Yep.
We're going all in here. We've heard what you guys want. You want classic. You want to return to the classic comic books,
Mhm.
and of course, we saw that with X-Men '97. I mean, that's what people want. They want
Right.
the classic stuff back. We are done with the MCU for now. We need to take a break
Yes.
and focus on what's working,
Plus, too, there's so
and
many
they have.
comic figures that can still be made today that have not
Yes,
been touched yet.
and so many that need to be like refreshed too.
Exactly, or they made them back then that they could definitely
Hmm.
use an updated version of today. I
Oh,
absolutely
for
agree
sure.
with
They
you.
could they could almost like remake Legends waves with their new updated articulation from how far
Mm.
they've come.
So let me ask you this then. So we just said 11 waves a year. Do you think that is doable for like every year? Like, is that something that's gonna be like the new norm for Marvel Legends? 11 waves a
Well,
year. That's a lot of waves a year. Do you think they can
it
keep
is a
that
lot
up?
of waves a year. I don't think they should keep that up. I
They
think
should.
in an
Okay.
ideal world, it should be like a wave every 2 to 3 months.
Mm.
So
Keeps
like
it fresh.
6 waves a year, and then sprinkle in some exclusives, sprinkle in some,
Couple of 2 packs, three
yeah,
packs,
yeah, stuff like
like that
that.
obscure 3 pack from Amazon, right? The one that you did of Doctor Doom, Iron Patriot, like those they
Right.
weren't bad, you know. Taskmaster, that 3 pack was not bad. 2 out of 3 figures most
No,
people wanted.
no, I totally agree. More 3 packs, more 2 packs, more multi-packs in
Mm,
general. I mean, people want some of these obscure comic
I know.
characters.
There's a lot of
There are
excitement around
people
that
out there.
Inhuman wave. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are total completionists and they want every single one. And I say, more power to them.
Let them have it. Yep.
Give them their toys.
All
Give them their
right.
toys.
I agree
You know,
with you.
because
So
I think for the regular person, some of them will end up on clearance. You know, the ones you
mhm.
see and you're like, looks okay. Maybe I'll grab it on sale. But overall, I'd say every wave thus far this year has had like at least half be bangers.
I was gonna say, and also too, they're doing themselves really good favors by doing those live streams.
Yep,
Fans get really excited as long as they're really good reveals, and I think those live streams have been helping them because I think that's how they get the immediate feedback from
I think so
fans. If
too.
they're really good waves and people there's excitement, they'll see it right then and there. If they don't, trust me, they're gonna hear it from them either right then and there on that live stream, or they're gonna hear it later on in Twitterverse and stuff like that. So,
Yes. And the most important thing I say to people, if you're a fan of the Marvel Legends line, Don't be afraid to vote
Yes.
with your wallet.
Yep. Sit some waves
If you
out if you
want a
have to.
figure, buy it.
Yeah.
If you really want a figure, buy it because lately it seems that most of these good figures,
Mm-hmm.
they actually sell out. It
Right.
looks like Hasbro's starting to, lean back on their production
Mm-hmm.
and make some more exclusives. I mean, we saw a hint of that with Dragon Man at SDCC. We'll
Yep.
throw up a picture of Dragon Man here, and he's actually supposed to be like an open pre-order, but HasLab style, where after all the pre-orders are done, there's no more.
Yep.
So if you
So that's
want,
another thing too. Is that going to be the depth of HasLab going forward? We saw Nerd Zoic kind of talk about that a little bit in one of his videos. He kind of mentioned it that it's pretty much the end of HasLab. What do you say to that?
I think it's the end of like sub $200 HasLabs.
Okay.
I think we're still going to see HasLabs going forward because if I was Hasbro, unless I wanted to make it an exclusive, I
Mhm.
wouldn't make like a His Tank for. I'm not going to send His Tanks to Walmart. Hell no. I'm not
Hell
even going to
no.
send Giant Man to Walmart. Now,
No.
will I do a Giant Man pre-order on Hasbro Pulse? Maybe do like some
Yes.
pre-orders on Amazon and
Mhm.
GameStop online.
Yep.
Because that's another thing we didn't talk about too. They actually started doing retailer exclusives.
Retail exclusives. Yep.
Like the Void Wave is not. It was a totally online or GameStop exclusive wave. You can't find it at Walmart or Target. Same with the Zabu Wave. That's only those retailers, and I
Yep.
think that's great. Because you don't have Target or Walmart going, "Oh, your toys never sell. We have to clearance them out all the time."
Yes.
We save the good big waves for them, and then the more obscure stuff, collectors have more freedom to just go online and order it,
Mm.
which I think is good because now these
So,
stores aren't stuck with extra stock.
so you're a betting man. Let's just say you're a betting man. You think, yeah, real quick, yes or no, Marvel Legends continues this success heading into 2025? Like, we're looking beyond the horizon. The holidays are coming up, so we know they're going to sneak in some good stuff. Like, I imagine they're probably holding back some stuff right now, and they're probably going
For
to
sure.
release some information like on November, December type of sales, stuff like that, and leading into January, February, right? Because those
Mhm.
are those 4 months right there. Those are big selling months for just about any retailer, any company out there. The holidays, people always have more money. You think, yes or no, they continue this success leading into 2025 and beyond?
Yeah,
Mm,
I think
okay.
so. I
I
think
I
so
kind of
because
I
in the
kind of
next,
I do agree with you. I think I think they're back. I think Marvel Legends is back for sure.
yeah,
How
but
long they can keep all of this up, I don't know.
yeah,
Like you
that's the
mentioned,
thing.
11 waves this year. I mean, that's a lot of waves to continue that kind of momentum and speed. Now, of
It
course,
is
if they just got rid of some lineups that they know they ain't gonna freaking use anymore, I don't know, like Transformers or Star Wars, and maybe they could keep up 11, 12 waves a year. You know what I mean? Like they
Don't
do
get me
something.
started on Black Series.
I know
Don't
that's a
get me
different
started.
video for another day,
That's
another
a
topic for another
sore
day.
subject, my friend.
We are definitely
That
gonna
is
touch up on that next talking video
it's
for
rough.
sure.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But
All
I
right.
think if they continue in this
Mm-hmm.
trajectory, I mean, think about it. At the end of the year, you've got a Spider Verse and Deadpool and Wolverine figures. We'll probably
Mm-hmm.
not start seeing them until October or November.
Right.
So that they
And
will
don't forget the
keep
big
riding that
announcement
hype.
too, also with Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom, two new Avenger
Yeah,
films coming out now in I think it was 2026. So they're definitely going to have their hands full making
yeah,
toys and action figures from that lineup as well. So I mean, like I said, I tend to lean a little more and agreeing with you that yeah, I think Marvel Legends is back. I think they're really going to just continue this rise, and it's a good thing too because when Marvel Legends is good, it makes honestly everybody else around them good too because they are the cheapest alternative to getting action Marvel figures from, right? Like
for sure.
when they suck, it's like almost everybody else around them start to suck. Like there could have been someone to fill in that gap. I thought Diamond Select had a big opportunity in front of them during that bad fall period with Marvel Legends, and they did absolutely nothing with that at all.
No,
Like no one
they
else
didn't
filled
capitalize on it at all.
yes, no one else filled that void. So now all of a sudden Marvel Legends is good. It's like all of a sudden everybody else started to get really good, except for a couple other brands that we will eventually touch on. That's a different topic for another day. But I think that's going to do it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let us know what you guys think. Don't forget, please, if you made it this far, I mean, hit that like button already. I don't know what you're doing. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. If you want to check out both Jared and I over on social media, there'll be links down below in the description box. You can follow Jared on Instagram as known as Rocket Fist Figs. You can follow us also on social media over at Figure Bros Official. Again, links will be down below in the description box. Jared, you got anything else you want to sign us off with?
No, I think Hasbro, the future looks
Future looks good, man.
decent.
I think it
It
looks
looks
good.
decent for Hasbro. If I could give 3 quick tips to Hasbro, I'd say focus more on comic books, ease off on the MCU, lean more into what the fans are wanting, which they have.
Hmm.
And I would say keep doing what you're doing with these online kind of retailer
Yep.
exclusives. I think it's a great idea. You get more obscure waves into more people's hands, and you're
Hmm.
stuck with less stock.
There you go.
And I think that's actually a really smart idea.
There you go. Free advice from Jared. It's actually pretty good advice, by the way. I absolutely
Yeah, I am a
agree with you on.
professional, so I'm
Yeah,
getting it for free
a
too.
seasoned veteran with a 5K collection. I'm sure there is someone who's probably. Hopefully, there's somebody who comments down below like, I have a 20K collection. If that is you and that is, you're gonna comment that, we want to see proof of that. But that's gonna do it for us. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.
See you then.